2016. They spent the first semester learning what educational research was, thinking about a topic that they wanted to explore with a group, and then thinking about how they could commit to that and to the people in their group for the next year. So really thinking about how to work in a group, how to go out into the field, how to do observations, how to do data collection, how to create workshops. Some of them created small pieces of theater, how they wanted to interface, how they wanted to interview. They worked on interview skills. So that was really the first half of the semester. We went and watched some amazing examples of this work. We were able to see Anna Devere Smith perform and go see Come From Away on Broadway. So we kind of absorbed this process and then along with Amanda's expertise, crafted it into what you'll see tonight. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on this sweltering day. I looked so much better when I left my house. I just want to say, first of all, this is quick, but if I go off book, I'll keep you here for 6 hours. So I just want to say that it has been so inspiring, and it has been such a huge privilege to be a part of this program in particular. And I am so grateful to Jen and Shobha and the entire ethnodrama class of 2017, and that is what we call this work, ethnodrama, otherwise known as nonfiction theater. And teaching nonfiction theater.
We are developing a research study, and we would like to invite the name of school community to participate. A group of students, faculty, and parents will attend a total of 8 hours of workshops. The participants will develop and engage other members of the community in an advocacy experience of their own design. The participants will be free to advocate on behalf of any issue that the group collectively feels is important to the school community, including students, teachers, and parents. We appreciate your time, and we look forward to hearing from you. Sincerely.
This is just not something I think we can do this year.
Oh, goodness. I don't think we have enough time for this.
Fortunately, we just don't have the flexibility.
Oh, Dr. Drucker, I wanted to propose a series of workshops to be done at Bright Hope over the next couple of weeks. For my master's degree, my group and I are looking
at... That's fine.
interview number 1. So, Mr. Drew.
Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
So, I'm 18 years old. I'm 5'6", 5'7". I'm a Christian full-time, and I go to school full-time, and I like to drum. When I first came to the school, I was like the quietest person, just trying to do my grades, and that's when it happened. Like, that's when the bullying started happening.
In case you didn't notice, it is a school for special education. Our population, it's a lot of underdevelopment, a lot of lost talents. It's this hidden gem that just needs some more help. It just needs some more help.
school has its downfalls. The school has some upfalls. But we do have some good times, and we do have some dark times in our school. So, welcome to the Bright Hope School, and right now, I want to see what you got questions about the school, and I'll answer them for you. So, what type of questions you have in mind?
This is where it gets interesting, actually, because nowadays, when they bring students in for a walkthrough, I kind of tune into what they're saying, and it's all these good things that I can understand that. You have to say good things to bring students in, but they're not telling them the whole story.
So I let it go. I tried to be the bigger person. I started walking away, but then it just reached to a breaking point.
What they don't see is how they're being treated. I mean, all these kids like running around, horsing around, rowdy, disrespectful. They all like YG, R2J style YG, etc. All that stuff. Well, the teachers are trying to help. They don't realize it. The teachers are trying to help.
So the things I would change about this school are like the students, They like to spread rumors and whatnot. Like one time they say, you my boy, you my bro, and next time they just start in trouble.
Drama. There's always problems in this school with the he said, she said. That's really not important. Like, what's the point of going to somebody who could just talk to this person? Why don't you just sit with the person and talk it out? Or just don't say nothing to them at all.
I mean, there are like fights every day.
The kids, all rowdy, destructive, kids will be kids, happens all the time.
When I talk to kids in this school, it's just a lack of discipline. And you can just hear the disrespect in their voices.
It's just really the kids that's the problem. It's not really the school. The school is good. It's just really the kids. The kids are a part of the school. But I don't think they're a part of the school. I'm more mainly on the side of working for the school, not on the side of the kids. You hear that now? That's what's going on right now. Rough. Okay, so your task today is to design a workshop based on these issues that you identified last time. Do you remember what those issues are?
Bullying, communication.
Excellent. So you have your issue, and you're going to design a workshop, identify your audience, and advocate to that audience about your issue. So we're counting on you to work together without our help.
Okay, so you are all spread out, so you might want to move.
And good luck.
So there's this kid, right? And this kid is, he's gay, okay? I mean, you gotta remember this is the countryside.
Please excuse the interruption. In a few minutes, the fire alarm will go off. Please ignore it and remain in your classroom. Thank you.
Hello, you guys paying attention?
Well, so you never know if like this kid is gay and he started hanging out with the wrong crowd.
and he started to bully you.
No. You're not in New York.
Oh, great. Okay, so now we're not in New York. This is supposed to be an issue in the school, but we're not in New York. Great. That's
Okay,
great.
what are we talking about? Because I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so there's this kid, and he's gay. Ha! Shut up.
You just said gay.
He is gay, and he has his friend that he has. I'm gonna mix this up.
I'm
This
confused.
gay
I'm
kid-
confused. What are we
Shut
talking
up!
about? Why does he have to be gay?
Hold on.
You got a better
Wait.
idea?
Nobody gets bullied for being gay.
Yes, they do. This is not like,
Well, I'm so confused.
this place is not New York City where everybody
Okay.
is gay.
I
and you
understand
cannot-
what you're talking
They
about.
live in the
I understand now.
countryside.
Okay. They're bullying him because he's gay. Boom. Get to the point. Got it. Okay, that's what I wanted to understand. What the point was. Okay, so you have to be the gay one because you have to. No. I'll be the gay one. I got the gay impression. How you doing? You're a country.
You have to be the gay one.
Wait. You just gave this whole fucking story about being gay, which has nothing to do with bullying at all.
You got a better idea?
This was a terrible idea.
So you're a bully, and you're a bully.
You're a bully. You bully everyone. You're such a bully. You're the worst. You're all horrible bullies. You get bullied every day.
All bullies.
Till
Jennifer!
Elizabeth. Effie.
Naomi.
Sarah. Justin. You have been selected to participate in
A play!
Thursday, February 2nd, 2017. Ms. Bridget's classroom in the basement, 4th period, 10:21 to 11:01. Snacks will be served.
Well, I'd heard a little bit about it, but certainly I found myself in the middle of all that chaos, thinking, what am I supposed to do and what am I not supposed to do? I ended up just kind of being my usual social worky self, but I don't know if that's what I was supposed to do, but I was like, well, I don't know.
Yeah, I told them. I told the people that was invited, some of y'all are bullies and some of y'all are being bullied. And then I said the names, who the bullies are and who was being bullied.
Well, we asked them who they wanted to invite, and first uncertain about how that would work, what problems would come up.
Someone that every day will only pick on certain people. Picks on weaker kids.
Gossiping turns into bullying, and bullying turns into fighting like you. You're always trying to start something.
They felt embarrassed because there was one of the bullies that was invited, but I don't care.
I think that in general the group was advocating against bullying, but I think often the way they do that is to bully each other. Don't bully anybody! So, but it's,
That's not bullying, that's teasing or confronting.
Some people were mad, some people were upset, but I really don't care. The truth hurts.
Please excuse the interruption. Will everyone in the theater workshop please report to Miss Bridget's classroom in the basement? Thank you.
The morning of the share.
Listen, I don't have time for this. You got enough to
Like you're dying.
this is going to suck.
And all I could think was, I just need this to be over. But it's gonna be over soon enough. After an introduction and 2 days of working, the students are finally ready to present their workshops. I hope.
All right, everyone sit down, quiet down. So, we have a little seed
that we're going to show you, and then afterwards we're going to have a little, we'll have a little discussion about it. Okay, you ready?
What? Yeah, we're ready. Yeah, okay.
Go.
Hey, what are you doing here?
I'm chilling.
Why are you trying to sit at my table?
Cause, like,
Are you gay or something? You are.
yo, leave me alone.
Okay, freeze. Okay, so who was the main character? No, I'm not the main character. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Who was the antagonist? Leave my finish. Come on. I'm the antagonist. Okay, thank you. Yes, good job. And what should the student do? Because the bully's not going to stop bullying. So, like, what should we do?
Slap
Shut up. Tell the teacher. All right, go. Tell the teacher. Go.
I'm gonna tell the teacher. Teacher? Oh, she's bullying me because I'm gay.
I just don't have time for this. I have
Okay, freeze. So what should you do now? Because, like, the bully's not stopping. So what should you do? Slap him. You're not going to slap him. Shut up. Kick it? No. Okay, yeah, good. Go. Tell another teacher. Go.
I'm gonna tell another teacher. Teacher, another teacher, another teacher, another teacher.
Okay. And so that concludes our scene. Great. Thank you for watching. And how did you feel about that?
Like I should have just jumped in and arranged the entire thing. I was, one point, literally hiding in a corner because I was so stressed out. So I'm not allowed to do any of the interviews, but to be honest, I don't really want to know what they're saying in their interviews. I feel like I maybe set them up for failure.
Like, realistically, I feel like I'm changed. I mean, to be honest, I was a bit more resistant in the beginning.
I mean, what really surprised me is like me acting, you know. So like right now, I think acting is gonna be my favorite new thing. But like, I'm still a full-time drummer, so.
I really didn't expect everyone who came up to participate, like Sam, because you know, Sam don't really like to move, he don't like to be in one place. But he participated a lot, which was good. He participated more than some people in the audience.
What would you say to someone who told you that the arts, or theater, were not effective for making changes in our communities?
I would say that it is. That if they just try something, just don't try something, just judge it and say, oh, that's not going to work. Because in reality, sometimes it does. Because I didn't think it was going to work either, but it does.
So, how was this process?
It was good, actually. I feel good. I feel like I've accomplished, what do you call them? Ambition. Being a symbol of, what do you call one of those people when they help someone that's nervous? I feel like a coach. And I feel like a mentor. I feel like a mentor. Like, I'm helping everyone. I'm showing them what I did. I'm helping Carlo because he's nervous. And I show them what they're doing and what I added.
It's like a sense of accomplishment. I'm very young age, and I may have said this before, but I'm not really good in front of crowds, and I did it. That's something I completed. I'm trying to get points across in the school all the time, and I got one across. I should graduate this year, so I don't know if I'm going to see the change that comes about, but knowing the staff I know, like we invited, and the fact that we got our point across, I know there's going to be some serious action.
If someone came into your school and said, it's not possible to fix this school, what would you say?
It's possible! Well, I see the changes. The protagonist, the original actor, coming up to the stage often and seeing that he be being able to do his lines correctly, organizedly, and good.
This has been a great conversation.
It is.
It's just a whole lot of people not even recognizing their power. Like, we did a lot about power, and it's a constant mantra. Our students and our staff don't recognize their power at all, I've noticed. I try to teach them, advocate for yourself. No one is going to care about your education as much as you should. If you want change, I need it to come from you because it matters way more. Just a lot of people that don't recognize their power at all, and it's because it's been conditioned, unfortunate. A lot for our population. Students of color have been conditioned to feel like they don't have any power. We don't have a right. You don't have a voice, so why bother trying to use it? We're trying to tell them that that's not true. I feel bad for them. But I'm committed because it's my goal. It's what I've always wanted to do. And for myself, I've come into my own a lot over the years. As a child, I grew up feeling like I didn't have any power at all. I had no right to speak in class. And then as an adult, I started to recognize my power. And so I would be angry a lot of the time. So I'm trying to unpack that, raise my self-awareness in order to empower the next generation so we can do this together. That's it.
Consider challenging behavior that is not easily fixed, or behavior that has no concrete answer. Like, why isn't she talking? Or, we don't know if she's gonna need therapy. Do you know what I mean? My husband and I aren't exactly sure what the answer is. We're not exactly sure what the reason is. And there's no easy fix. There's no definite answer. And there's nothing I can do. Let me just take her out.
How did she get up there?
Why are you yelling at me? What's wrong with you?
Well, Violet, what do you want me to do?
You need help.
God!
Turning, dusting my eyes and brush my mane.
Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
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 I am a teacher, and I integrate theater for classroom for children with special needs, developmental disabilities, mainly autism, and Yeah. All right, everyone, look at Teacher Axel. Look at Teacher Axel. Come on, get into a semicircle. Yes, yes. Look at Teacher Axel. When I say actors pose, I want you to do this. Actors pose. Good.
Hi, I'm Virginia.
Oh, I'm Violet.
This theater stuff at Axel is doing is great, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think teachers and professionals are equipped to handle kids nowadays?
My son goes to this school, yes. They will put him out, they will ask him if he needs something, how his day is going, if he has been into something throughout the day.
Okay, look at a friend, look at a friend. Okay, now point to a friend and say zip. Zip! Good! Zip. Oh.
Zip!
I knew I wanted to work with kids, but when I graduated, let's see, I started working at a school for children with developmental disabilities, mainly autism. And I just fell in love with the behavior aspect of things, and I decided to go from there. Yeah.
I would use the word hyperactivity. You know, you don't fully understand why your child is doing what he's doing. You know, the normal running around, you understand that. The feeling, the touching, the experimenting, this is all part of active learning. But when your child does stuff like running straight up and down, straight up and down, straight up and down, and nothing's coming out of that, you start wondering, why does my child is running straight up and down, straight up and down, right?
Typically, they are lacking in one area or another, be it social or emotional, and we find that place where they are lacking, and we just hone in on it. We find their strengths, and we play on them. We find their weaknesses, and we build them up. You know, we just work on the child holistically, working very hard with the child. Yes. What's your favorite emotion?
Frustrated! So how do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm strongly against it. I think it's great, yeah.
What I can see what you've been doing with theater groups, you're really integrating it, you know? Like, you're really working on things that the kids are already working on, and just making it more fun and more creative.
Yeah, it's getting away from the rote learning that we are taught. You know, it's generalizing it so that it can be inclusive for all children. Yeah.
Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
Oh, question. How were the arts in schools different from when you guys went to school? Were they different? Yes or no? Christina, as my best friend, were the arts different in school compared to when you went to school?
If there's any connection, there is none. Sitting up there and you use the gym as the music class, no. In my days, we had actual music class, we had drama day, we had this and we had that. Now they cut out everything from our school system.
In elementary school and high school, we had visual arts. I love the visual arts, and I love painting.
And they try to get out painting from our school system. Kids need an outlet.
Art was my favorite time of the week. Oh, I loved it. Oh, and I played piano.
And they're cutting out all of the after-school programs. They're cutting out music, they're cutting out art, just to create a stage where all they do is watch movies.
I played flute for 5 years, and I loved
Mm-hmm. They need an outlet.
My mother enrolled me in ballet, movement and dance classes at 2.5 years old. I grew up in a family of dancers.
If a kid likes drama, there should be drama class, or drama at least once per week.
And I played saxophone.
If a kid likes music, where's the music class?
You know, they say music calms the savage beast.
Art was always part of me. Five, 6, 7.
It takes me back to my childhood. Oh, I had an amazing childhood. I love real music, old school music. I love musicians. I love hearing the horns and the strings.
Reading. Always been reading for me. When we're reading her that book, it's like family time. We're reading her that book, and we're helping her envision what's in that book.
Have you read the news headlines recently?
About children dying at the hands of their caregivers?
I can't handle stuff like that.
Yeah, since my childhood, it hurts, it hurts.
It's just emotional. I personally do not want her around anybody else. You know, like, you trust these people to take care of your kid, and then they don't. Like, what am I supposed to do?
It takes more patience than I would have ever had to do this. Honestly, I feel for them. I don't know if I could have done it. I mean, I love my children totally and completely, but a special needs child, this is a whole nother love. I'm glad I didn't have to do it, but those parents that have to go through it, I praise them. I really do praise them. Because just the simple fact of teaching and loving this child every single day, it's a challenge for the parent.
Labels.
Pressure,
Instructions.
Labels.
pressure,
Instructions.
Labels.
pressure.
Instructions.
What was your turning point?
Worries. Food. My son's being really picky lately. Being a new mom. So many worries.
Not enough time today.
Turning
Worries.
5 reports.
Meltdown.
Turning 5
Not enough
reports.
time today.
I'm worried that my child will be
I noticed she wasn't reaching any milestones, like talking, and I got concerned.
Everybody says, oh, especially when it comes to girls, girls should be talking much earlier than boys. Like my pediatrician said, the reason why she isn't talking is because she's not around other kids. If you want her to start talking, she needs to be in the classroom with other kids. Ooh!
Like, I wanted to know what the reason was. Like, why wasn't she talking? I mean, everybody was telling me that a year and a half she should have been talking by now, but I just needed to find answers.
But you're not alone. Look how many parents do we have here. Raise your hand if you're a parent. Just one? Okay. You see? If any of these parents say that they don't have fear for making a mistake with their children, they're lying. But you hold on to what you believe. If you believe it is right, you keep on doing it, whether you have fear or not. You just do what you think is right. If they say they don't have fear of making a mistake with their children, they are lying with a big L. Because once your child is coming into this world, you're like, oh shit! What am I gonna do? I'm doing this right, I'm doing that right. Any decision you make seems to be the wrong one. But as long as you hold on to your convictions, you keep doing what you think is right. And still, in the back of your head, you're gonna be like, damn, is it right?
Let me just take her out.
How did she get up there?
Why are you yelling at me? What's wrong with you?
Well, Violet, what do you want me to do?
You... Consider a challenging behavior a behavior that is not easily fixed.
My opinion, challenging behavior is what toddler is not challenging in their behavior. Challenging behavior, in my opinion, is behavior that you just don't understand.
Call the Board of Ed, to see if you qualify for therapy, and definitely get an evaluation. Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
Labels.
Pressure.
Instructions.
I believe one day he will talk.
Learn different techniques.
Paint.
Dance.
Puzzles.
Singing. She loves to sing.
She puts her heart into getting the point across.
Expression.
Collage. Photo art.
Bamboo tree.
She's improved so much since she started. And in school, the amount of vocabulary she has is amazing.
In every single class, we always have one child who shines brighter than the rest.
We didn't give up. I didn't give up. I noticed the delay and I got help. It's gonna be okay. We're tough.
Education in elementary was insufficient. I grew up in the public school, so we cut pretty much everything.
In terms of art education, I grew up in friggin' Westchester, so I actually had a really nice public school education in that respect.
We had choir and an art elective, but of course they encouraged so much about picking literally anything else over it.
Oh, in elementary school, we had art once or twice a week, and there was music before school. And then the school that I was entering was crazy about music education, so I actually had a really fabulous visual arts and music education in high school.
We had no drama class elective. We literally cut everything.
There was some theater brought in, and there was some integrated theater in my actual classroom experience. They came into my junior year Shakespeare elective, and we did this little mini production of Twelfth Night, and it just like rocked my world.
You know, we needed a half of an arts credit, but of course, take a foreign language and we'll waive it, or take another PE and we'll waive it.
Oh, I took so many music credits that I didn't have to take Spanish after my sophomore year of school, which was probably like a dumb thing to do, but like I was just able to take so many music courses.
See, and it's interesting now because I work in a private school that's extremely well funded, and yet gives very little to the arts. The performing arts department is incredibly small. The kids have a very limited window of time of when they're allowed to rehearse. They have so much homework that it's almost an imposition.
And then in college, when that is what it was all about, all day was about the arts in some way. And that was great.
So I definitely found myself frustrated. You're to the smallest piece of that puzzle. I don't think it is an accident that arts flourish whenever the political climate is at its worst.
All right now, all right.
No, I think that people need a place to go. A place to be able to say things, hear things, feel things, and be expressive. It's almost as if the more subversive the atmosphere, the more open the art becomes. That's because art can change lives. It has in history. So look at the Great Depression, the Roman Empire. It's so interesting now that we exist in a society that's focused on instant gratification, materialism, time in some kind of ladder. And yet we, as artists, seem to exist on the outside of all of that. And yet, I don't find people to be particularly interested or respectful of the arts in this country. No. But you know what? You go anywhere else, and there is a lean-in approach to the arts. And it's because I think that unless people can associate you with some level of fame or stardom, that they don't value your contribution. The thing that frustrates me the most is just how few people understand how vital it is to be immersed in the arts. It's because they don't understand. Well, they don't understand the connection between art and how we respond to political stimuli, socioeconomic stimuli. They don't understand that art is how they have an opinion on the world, and how we either ascend or escape from our lives. And eventually, we are not going to have anywhere to go to process the world around us as a collective. All right? Am I right? We're not going to have a place to go to feel connected because somebody on stage is experiencing what we thought that we were alone in. So it's terrifying to me what's happening right now. There's never been a greater time that we have needed the arts in this country.
Yes.
And I don't think that that is an accident. Revelation has already begun.
The arts have always been in our society. They've just always been thought of as frivolous.
Oh yes, reading, writing, the only things that matter. Everything else is considered an addendum or peripheral.
If you are sick, you need a doctor. But if you get sick, you don't need the arts.
I mean, the play is done.
Art class is a waste of time.
Oh, it's staying in the classroom. Textbooks are the only things that people think you're going to need to move forward in the world or whatever. Music has become more and more a thing that we have around us all the time. But you know, it's background. It's not necessarily something that people go to attend or hear or pay attention to.
People don't care what you think. They may respect what you do, but they still don't think you're smart.
She's going to Boston Conservatory next year. She's going to make a great waitress.
It's going to be so nice next year when she has a real job. If I ever had an experience where I realized my artistry came in handy for another task, literally everything in my life. I can talk to anyone, and I feel like it helps me communicate my ideas better. Oh, in the way of jazz, when you are improvising and playing spontaneously, but still relating to the people around you. It gives you the tenacity to see things through that might take multiple steps to get to the end. Oh, even if you're like hostessing, and it helps you like stay calm and cool under pressure, so you don't, snap the head off of that rude person who showed up an hour late to the reservation, but still doesn't understand why you gave their table away. Yes, raising my child. Constantly raising my child. It's conflict resolution, because that's what we do in theater. And in life, I spend a lot of time resolving conflict. So we're just going to go there. Over the last year, I went through a big life moment. Dad got really sick, and the effects of his drug therapy really affected his ability to be himself. And that whole experience really affected my mother's ability to be herself. And in order for me to coexist with them, I had to basically do a character study on both of my parents, so I could have empathy for them. The other thing my arts education has taught me post-undergrad is to listen in ways that aren't orally, to listen to body language, to listen to breath. Movement in the body. To listen to the sound in your voice when you're holding back
You
tears.
did so well. And I remember that feeling from the bottom of my toes all the way to the top of my head, where you're just so proud and so honored. Because the world no longer respects emotion, especially in America. We must be strong, we must be stoic, we must be hardworking, we must fit into all these categories, we must be the American dream. As artists, we get messy about it all the time, so we live in this bubble where we think everyone is a mess consistently. But the arts help normal people who are not connected to their heart and their soul the way we are feel something.
So what do you say? Artists are normal.
I have no interest in being normal.
So, I know a lot of people, they don't like the school, right? They're like, we don't have any programs, it's no good, but all this program is good, and it helps me. And I feel like, if we didn't have this, I would just want to quit school.
Don't quit school.
I mean, school is good. We don't like it, but it's good. If you have arts programs, you don't feel, trapped.
The arts help you practice real life situations. They help you practice communication perspectives, different races, different everything. Very cool.
Yeah, to add to what Jade was saying, like on a regular day, if I didn't do this, I don't think I would speak to the people that I see in the hallway.
Amazing. Great.
I feel like if we had, having more programs helps us work with more people.
Great.
Well, I feel like in school we're already like put into our certain groups, but in theater programs, like if you're an actor or something, you're taking on a different persona.
That deserves some snaps.
I guess I'll just piggyback off what he said. Which is just like this idea of discovering yourself and finding new ways to express your ideas and your personality.
I don't want to sound fake, but in this day and age or whatever, we're really caught up on our cell phones, and you know what? We don't know how to communicate with each other anymore. But high school theater really lets you get in touch with, you know, human emotions and how you should express them, so you don't, you know, what's it called? Have any misunderstanding? I don't know, sorry.
Why are you apologizing? You never apologize to me unless you're late.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Here we go. Haley!
I feel like if we focus just on math and science, we're gonna be like more kind of like robotic.
And I was just gonna say, it really helps us set ourselves apart from other people.
Everyone's brain works differently. Lots of people are more arts focused, so that could just help overall in education.
Yeah, just because you're like, you don't like something or you don't agree with it, it's small-minded to get rid of it because people are enjoying it.
Yo, regardless of what anybody says, arts gives us identity. And they can't take that away from us.
So, my beautiful Hamilton family, I love you. I tell you all the time I love you. If you keep dabbing, I will no longer. I thank you. I thank you for staying with me. I thank you for being creative and having a great time. We'll see you tomorrow.
My grandmother's been sick for a very long time. And after her second heart surgery, I realized that her health is rapidly declining. And I needed to find a way to preserve my memories of her. I don't want to forget anything about my grandmother. And after having my daughter, Evangeline, I want her to remember my grandmother too.
We set out to see if a piece of intergenerational theater for babies, parents, and grandparents could help to facilitate meaningful exchanges.
Preserve family stories. Support language development across the socioeconomic spectrum.
And create new memories.
We asked our questions in 3 different communities.
Steinway Library, Astoria.
Bend and Bloom Yoga Studio, Park Slope.
Kensington Family Shelter, Brooklyn.
Going through the live
I can use my imagination.
Babies don't want to be talked at. They want a back and forth verbal exchange during which time each participant listens actively to the other and contributes a related response.
Wassick and Hindman, 2015, page 51. Tell me, Mommy, tell me, Daddy, who am I? Who am I? What is my name? What is my name? Who am I?
Our first performance is at a library in Astoria. This was our middle class performance. All the babies were so young, and I'd never really been in a room with so many babies under 3 before.
I grew up in West Texas, so there was no live theater. But once every summer, my grandparents would take me down to Galveston Island for a summer theater festival. I'd never seen anything like it. There was so much joy. I had a hard childhood, but theater and musical theater in particular was such an escape from all that. I think this is the first theater event that we've taken our daughter to. I think it's just in these past few weeks that I've started to wrap my mind around the fact that we're parents now. My husband and I were so focused on making sure she didn't become the center of our universe. I mean, we just wanted her to be part of our family. That I think we were avoiding like maybe classes, but there can be both. And she just loves it. It's so much more engaging for her than being at home with us.
Claire. She's named for my mother who passed away. Both my parents died when I was very young. My mom when I was 12, and my dad when I was 16. So it's really important to me to keep their memories alive. And we were very close. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai. Do I think Claire would benefit from a long extended story about how my grandpa came over from Hungary? No. But she does benefit from participating in our family traditions, which are a part of our family history. I make a challah every Friday night, and she loves it. She is waiting for her piece, and she's screaming for it. So she is participating in this family experience, and it's priming her to continue our family tradition.
I don't want to forget anything about my grandmother. So I found this amazing little book with prompts to all sorts of questions like,
what was the street you grew up on?
What was your relationship like with your parents?
When did you first fall in love?
This book had about 100 pages of rich, thoughtful questions. I got excited about the prospect of giving it to my grandmother so she can preserve her stories in her handwriting forever. This book is so special to me. If I had to run and only had time to grab one thing, this book would be it. I need to give it to her so she can begin coloring the pages with her words and memories.
Our family stories help us to know our own history and help us to develop pride in who we are and where we come from.
Our second performance is at Bend and Blue, a yoga studio in an affluent neighborhood in Brooklyn. There's warm tea and ginger snaps at the door, and I feel a sense of calm wash over me. The scene of the white wintry snow covering the streets of New York City is beautiful. There's traffic, but I feel at peace as I drive carefully to Bend and Blue.
We just had another cancellation. I'm so glad you called.
We're the Shakers. Where's the shower curtain?
In the car.
I actually had 2 great-grandfathers named Gedalia, with an H, in Poland. G-H-A-D-A-L-I-A.
I think people know that these kinds of things are going on, especially in this neighborhood. So if I were to tell my friends that I went to this baby thing in Park Slope and it was like educational theater with like stations and a forest, they'd be like, yeah, I get it.
Do I think it's important to know your family story? Sure. I didn't know my grandfather's real name was Maurice until I was 30 years old. Everyone called him Roger.
Taps always evokes childhood memories for me. I grew up on a military base. So whenever I hear taps, I think of everyone stopping what they're doing. All the cars stop, and you wait until it's over. And then you move on.
I sang religious songs to my baby even though I'm not religious. They were songs that were sung to me as a baby though, so I sing them to my baby. Hush Little Baby was sung to me as a baby and I loved it. But I think it talks a lot about buying love and I don't want my daughter to think that we will buy her love. So we changed the words to Mama's gonna show you a mockingbird.
Now the baby's passed out, which tells me he was engaged the entire time.
You know, this is really interesting for me. We've been trying a lot of things, like music and swimming. So this was interesting to me because it was not a class. I know, like, you know, for a baby, it doesn't have to be this really structured experience, but I feel like I built myself up for a really structured experience. And for babies, it's like you're going in the pool. That's swimming class, which makes sense. But, you know, I do think I would have liked more of a warning, I guess. You're not going to tell people what to do. It's like an experience, but I think that's what everyone wanted you to do. And I think, you know, I wish there had been more for the adults because, like, Milo was happy to go to any station and play, but there just really wasn't enough for the adults.
Yeah, were the arts important to us growing up? Yeah, my mom was like a fiber artist and she made coats and stuff. My dad, he's not very creative. I mean, he is. He likes to tell stories and he's trying to publish children's stories. When we were young, he would tell us these stories that he would make up. But my mom, she's more of the active artist.
Providing physical space for babies to move freely is an important component to self-regulation and physical infant development.
Elliot
Zena, 2011.
I walk into the Kensington Family Shelter and I see a beautiful lobby that smells so fresh and clean. I'm accosted by the potent smell of bleach. I'm surprised how beautiful and clean this facility is. Everything smells like bleach. It doesn't seem like a shelter at all. Disinfected, clean, but impersonal. The security guards are pleasant and welcoming. We are met by two of the social workers at the shelter who invite us to walk alongside the metal detector. Except for the metal detector, you would think that you were walking into an extended stay hotel. I'm uncomfortable, but comfortable at the same time.
The elevators took us to a large room, their cafeteria.
We go into our final round of performances at a homeless shelter.
Oh,
This time, all the babies were all approximately 2 years old.
Oh no!
There wasn't really much for these 2 and 3-year-olds because this piece was created for 3 to 18 months, so they ended up running around and throwing stuff for much of the time.
Who There seems to be a sense of community. One mother went on to tell me about her husband who was upstairs, and I found myself surprised and then immediately catching myself in my surprise that she had a husband, and then wondering why wasn't he with his wife and son.
A very tall African-American woman wheels her stroller into the dining room. She sits sideways on her chair so she can keep an eye on her baby. One long leg dangled over the other. She smiles a pleasant but cold smile. I coo over her baby, who is this bright-eyed bit of sweetness, very socially engaged, active eye contact. The baby and I have a talk. He makes a sound. Ooh. I respond. Ooh. I make a sound. Ah. He makes a sound. Ah. The mother does not respond to me. Most mothers love to hear how beautiful their babies are. It's usually an easy way to relax a new mom walking into a new environment, unsure of expectations. Not this mother. Quietly, she pulls me aside. Can I talk to you for a minute? You see, I'm a bit of a germaphobe, and I see all these people and kids in here touching all these things. So I brought this. Mind if I use it? We did clean everything before she got there, but I get it. Of course, let me help you put it down. So we put the crib sheet down over the yoga mats, and she props up her baby to sit, who really isn't able to sit on his own yet. And I have to power down the infant developmental movement teacher in me. I gush over this baby. Will you hold him so I can take a picture? She says. She is direct, guarded, possibly a little off. He can sit if you hold his legs down. As I'm holding the baby, I notice that one of his sleeves is kind of hanging loose over his little hand, and I almost pull it up because I thought he might like to have access to his hand, and I'm like that with babies. If they need a sleeve pulled up, I'm going to pull up their sleeve. And then I notice baby Zachary is missing an arm.
Zachary Seth, God's gift.
Are you sure you won't sit down so you'll be a little more comfortable? This isn't my home, she says. And here I am, practically laying on the floor. My first thought is to use humor to disarm her, so I almost say, not my home either. But I hold off. I have a home.
I have a home. I have a home. I have a home. I have a home.
So I kept my mouth shut.
In heart and rise, please.
2003.
Longitudinal study, the 30 million word gap, the early catastrophe, the 30 million word gap by age 3. In addition to hearing fewer words per hour, babies in poverty also hear more discouragements and fewer encouragements than their middle class and upper class peers.
My mom's name was Loretta. She passed in 2006. I really loved her, you know. I always said, if I have daughters, I'm gonna try and name them something after my mother. My mom was like a strong woman, but she had a sickness, you know, that she didn't let us know about until she was getting ready to go to the other side. I always thought maybe if I had been there more for her, so she would have held on, but you know, God made me have kids. So. Hey! That is not your cup. Do not put that in your mouth. That is not your cup. Are those photos of your family? I don't have any photos. I mean, I have some pictures of my mom, but like I don't have any photos of my family, like all together. You know, like that.
Those photos are my mom's. The only thing she took with her when she fled Romania were 2 suitcases of family photos. They left everything else behind.
Tell me, Grandpa, where are we from? Where are we from? What was it like? What was it like? Who am I? Who am I?
The arts can be an effective way to celebrate and tell your family stories to the elders and having them pass it on to the next generation.
Larson, 2006, page 41.
It's been 3 years. My grandmother had another open heart surgery. Thank God she's okay. But her Alzheimer's is worsening. And not one of her stories, not one of her memories have yet been placed on a single page. You know, my grandmother used to always say, what's the alternative of getting old?
If you're young, you do what you want, yeah? I do things and everything. I don't sit down. But like I always said, what's the alternative to getting old? Dying.
My grandmother is my family's matriarch. She's the glue that holds us all together. Her stories are endless. I mean, they would make me laugh, cry, fall asleep. But I love them, and I never get tired of hearing them. My grandmother's a talker, and I'm a listener, so we get along really well. I often got scolded when I was young when we had guests over. She often said, Angie, go to the room, we're having grown-up talk. I just love to hear her talk. See, my grandmother raised me. So when many women say, I am just like my mother, I say, I am just like my grandmother, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
I have not done a very good job, I found out recently, of really telling you about my past back home. I don't know. It never came up, you know? But we were talking the other day, recently. And I had a sister who had died from certain unfortunate circumstances. But you said,
You never told me that story.
and I realized these are important things that I never really said. But at this stage, I will do more about the past. Never really did, you know. I accuse my relatives of not saying enough, not telling us enough, and then you see yourself repeating the same pattern. Yeah. But I will do more, and I will be more conscious about telling you these things. Because like I always say, what's the alternative to getting old? Dying.
Dalia.
Just Lara. Ava. David.
Uncle Akeem.
Janisha.
Dorothy.
And Jeffy.
Orla. Urania.
Nadia. Great grandma Melanie.
Tell me, family, who are we? Who are we? We just explored
to help Mommy with her thesis on baby theater. Daddy shared stories of how we named you, and he explained how he always wants you to remember your Cuban lineage and always remember some of our favorite meals that we want you to remember that reminds you of home, like picadillo and white rice and maduros. We explored our family tree and shared stories that I will continue to tell you as you get older. I love you.
Stop making edits and start being actors about 2 weeks ago, and I know that you guys are making changes 45, like what you did in tech is not even what you did tonight, so I know how you're telling the stories and telling them so honestly and truthfully. I know that was a big part of what we tried to communicate to you, so perfect job, A's for everything. We're going to shift gears a little bit and move this into an opportunity to celebrate our graduates. We have many graduating in just a couple weeks, in 2 more weeks on May 31st. So we're going to hear from 3 of our graduates. And I'm going to do things a little different this year. So we're going to invite up Naomi, Jessica, and Bridget to give our graduates shake that off for now.
Sorry, I printed the wrong copy. It's gonna happen. There it is. Okay. So, in true theater fashion, I'll start with the I likes. So we always comment on things I like, I notice, I wonder. So I'll start with the I likes. I like that we've been part of a program built on 3 pillars: artistry, pedagogy, and advocacy. In our time here, we have refined our craft, teaching and otherwise, advocated for ourselves, our students, and for the field of arts education. We've had the opportunity to watch original pieces of TYA blossom from an in-class assignment to a fully realized piece of theater at the Harlem Children's Theater Festival. We've had some truly inspiring and brilliant leaders, Jen and Shova, have created an amazing program in which we can expect to question, create, grapple, and grow. Despite how much they have on their plate, they are always willing to listen, give advice, and in Shova's case, convince you to quit your job. We've had the chance to feed our inner artists in masks and puppetry with Speaka and Margot, play in physical theater with Neil and Paul, and challenge ourselves in Shakespeare with Emily Davis. We've been given opportunities to create theater with older adults at King's Library, in Shova's devising class, and working with adults, some of whom are here tonight, would later become a catalyst for our research. We felt safe enough to ask difficult questions and grapple with uncomfortable subjects in the arts ed and urban setting. We've learned so much about the rhetoric surrounding those who are differently abled with the incomparable Jan Valley in arts inclusive practices. And together we have had the opportunity to create art with this beautiful cohort in Artistic Lab, and again tonight at our research share. And now, at the end of our journey, we've researched, questioned, mapped, facilitated, taught, planned, and replanned. We've laughed and cried, listened and shared, performed, critiqued, and grown as artists, as educators, and as an ensemble. I'm excited to venture into the world of arts education with such a talented army of arts educators and advocates by my side. We entered as grad students, and we leave an ensemble. I noticed. So, Naomi spoke to this already. already, but one of the first things I noticed when I began this program are the 3 words plastered everywhere: pedagogy, artistry, and advocacy. And at that time, the word advocacy made me think of sweeping, broad, national or international changes. Successful advocacy meant being able to change hearts and minds and policies on these big stages.